Okay. Good morning. Happy Monday, guys. What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. I freaking love Mondays. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jennifer Luddington and Jen the Generator, so I like to be called. And I help you free yourself from the imprisonment of your lies. Yeah, I believe that we don't have to blow our lives up. We just have to blow our beliefs up, right? Yeah, it's a big statement to make. So, hi, Nancy. Good morning. So, a lot of our beliefs are centered in lies and stories and things that we create, right? And so, I want to help you unravel that, disembody it, and throw it out because we don't need it. That subconscious can get gnarly. And good morning, you guys. So listen, I want to talk to you a little bit about this thing. I really was talking with my husband last night. We were diving deep and we were having those conversations that you don't want to have. You guys know what I mean? Like the conversations that are hard to have, like the vulnerable ones, um, the ones that move you forward in your marriage or in your connected relationships or in your partnerships or in your family or the ones with your kids, right? The ones that you don't really want to have, but they're running a storyline in the back of your mind and they never come out because you're afraid, right? You're afraid of what the other person's going to think, right? Or their reaction, or that you won't be safe, right? That you won't be safe if you share what's really going on in your mind. And so my husband and I are having one of those conversations last night, and it is so freaking hard. It is so hard to actually be real and vulnerable and show up really powerfully and honest in any connected, committed relationship. Am I right? Because it's scary, right? Because when we start to really share our beliefs, when we start to really go deep, when we start to really get real and stop filtering, right, you're seen. You're naked. You're like naked and afraid. It's like that show. It's like, here I am, everyone to see me. And the person that you love the most, or the person that you're connected to the most, right, can see you for all of maybe the imperfections or all of the weaknesses that you might perceive as weaknesses, or the things that you really fear, like being seen for, right? But yet, when you allow yourself that level of vulnerability and you allow yourself to actually be honest and get out of your stories, you don't blow your life up. You don't blow your life up. Instead, you blow the beliefs up that someone won't love you or care for you or respect you if you're who you really are. Because we run this story, this lie that, oh, if I really show up how I feel and I really tell the truth and I'm really vulnerable and raw, they're going to run for the hills. Because you have these stories built in that you're not good enough, right? Or there's something wrong with you, or you've been told in your past that you're not enough in some way, or you're too much. Like I was told in my life. I was always told I was too much. I was too loud, too bold, too all these things. And I used to conform and dumb myself down in order to be liked or approved of so that I could feel safe, right? Because when we're loved and we're approved of, we're safe, right? Because we're part of the tribe. We're part of the community. It's human nature, you guys. So we conform so that we're not a black sheep. And it's the same with our relationships. And that's why I truly feel there's so much disconnection. Because we're afraid to get truly connected. We're afraid to get truly connected with our own truth. We're afraid to share our own truth. We're afraid to really dive deep and understand it and accept it for ourselves and be honest with ourselves, so we can't even be honest with the people that we love. So my point here is to talk to you about this. I had this whole idea I was going to talk to you guys about this morning, and I felt really connected to talk to you about this because instead of these things I wanted to share and teach, I just wanted to share this moment that I had last night. And one of my true values, and I talk about values a lot because I love helping powerful women, driven women, really understand the soft side and the hustle hard side and find that middle ground so you can stay connected. But I wanted to talk to you about this because last night, in this moment with my husband, and this is just honest and true, it's not like something I want to talk about, but it's honest. We're having a hard conversation. Like, it actually came down to boys to have a hard conversation. The kind that, like, make you have that pit in your stomach. But let me tell you something. You got to pick your heart here, because you can live in your lies and in your stories and be a prisoner to them. You can live in that storyline. You can stay there and keep running your game, right? This game that you just run in your mind, and it keeps these stories running, and you're constantly striving, trying to prove yourself, gain approval, right? And conform to what you think you should be. That's hard work. Believe me, I was there forever, and it just about destroyed me. And that's why I was never able to have a great relationship, because I was never being authentic. I was never being true. I was never like really showing up for who I was. I was always trying to filter it and running this lie, this game that I wasn't good enough, that the true me wasn't going to be accepted or loved or enough. And when I blew up those beliefs, which is what I teach my clients to do, right? When I did that, I was able to actually have connected, real, loving, intimate relationships with not only, my partner, my husband, but my kids, my parents, my friends, because I started showing up as me. So I think women do this a lot, right? We want to be safe and secure, and we feel like if we're not something that we should be, that culture tells us we should be, we're not going to be enough. And then our safety is jeopardized, and we don't feel secure with our partners or in our relationships. And all we really want is to be loved. It's all we all really want. I mean, let's be honest, right? Yes, transparency is key. Vulnerability and transparency. So the thing that's going to move you forward fastest, to feel more aligned, to feel more secure and safe, because when you're constantly running from who you really are and playing this game, it's exhausting. It takes up a lot of emotional bandwidth. But when you're aligned and you're true and you can be vulnerable and transparent, that's when the stories get blown up. That's when the stories are gone and you can truly feel free. And so what I like to teach with my programs with my clients is that piece. It's that piece. It's how to get free from your lies so that you can really live into alignment with your values and feel loved, secure, and safe and approved of, right? With yourself. Yourself first. So I wanted to stay super real and vulnerable here today, and I had this plan, but I threw it out the window. Because this is what I do, right? I help you blow up your beliefs. You don't have to throw the towel in on your life. You don't have to run for the hills when things get scary. You don't have to feel like if your security is threatened or you feel like you're going to be left or abandoned from the tribe, you run or you divorce or you quit your job or you blow up your life. That's self-sabotage because you're afraid to truly face your own honest, authentic self because you're afraid that it won't be good enough. But when we can clear that belief and blow that up, you get super aligned, you find the joy, you get out of the overwhelm, the rat race, you get out of the frustration, and you can be at peace. And that's what we want, right? Peace. And to be loved and accepted for who we truly are. But how do you find that? When you're stuck in the beliefs, you're stuck in the lies, and you're a prisoner to your lies. That's what I do. I get it. I've been there. I was there for years. I understand. And that's why I have to constantly show up in the work myself, right? That's why I constantly have to push myself to stay in my values and work towards them, right? You pray. Yeah, everybody has their own value-centered ascender, which is it's like this value ascender. It's the one thing that really pulls you forward. And one of my biggest things with people is to understand what those are first. So you can build your life around that instead of building your life to fit someone else's external expectations of what you're supposed to be. You gotta start with you. Build it around that. All right, so this is what I do. This is what I help my clients with. This is how I blow up their beliefs. I have a very strategic, tactical way of doing that. And my programs really dive deep into that. So if you guys want to learn more about that program and what I'm going to be doing, over the next couple months. I'm launching something really new and it's exciting. And honestly, let's just be real here for a minute. I come live 3 times a week because I have something that I know will support you. And if you're listening to this, there's something that you need, that you want, that you desire. And you haven't quite figured out how to put your finger on it or how to get it, and you're sick and tired of the fluff that people talk about online. Like, I don't even know what most of it means. Like, there's just all this fluff verbiage about doing the work. I've been doing the work for the past 8 years, and I finally figured out a system that's strategic, that works for people without the fluff. Yeah, I love everyone thoroughly, but I actually care about people enough to tell you the truth. Because I respect you. You can handle it. I know you can. People can handle the truth. What people can't handle is this pussyfooting around it. It's truth. Dancing around the actual truth instead of calling it like it is and having someone support you through it. We all have it, you guys. We all have these dark beliefs that are completely untrue, that are ruling our lives. Right, that we live our lives by, and all of a sudden we're living this completely inauthentic life because we're living it based off these beliefs that aren't even true. And when you can clear that up and have somebody get honest with you, that's where your freedom lives. That's where your freedom lives. That's it. But you got to have somebody sift through all the crap and call it like it is. And that's the truth. That's the key. All right, you guys, listen, thanks for being here. I'm not going to take up too much of your time today, but I wanted to share that with you today. Get real. Get vulnerable. Be brave enough to be honest. Be brave enough to step into your truth. Be brave enough to be authentic. Be brave enough to put yourself out there and honestly share what's on your heart. Share who you are. Get vulnerable with the people that you love the most, and you will experience love and joy and acceptance and freedom like you've never had it. All right, you guys, DM me if you need to connect, if you are interested in my program or working with me one-on-one. And otherwise on Facebook, you can always private message me. And I hope you guys have an amazing day.